Eric Everman here, and starting a new YouTube blog, however you say it.
Blogcast.
My friends from the band Jackson Heights. This is Ken Humphrey, Olin Witt, and Alan O'Neill.
Hey, man.
And I'm going to let them tell a little bit about their history when I ask them a few questions. They were formerly known as the DMB Band. How long ago was that band, guys?
That would have been. That would have been like 1983, 87, 88. Yeah, been a long time.
They were pioneers then of what we call Christian country music, and they're still doing a great job doing Christian country in the modern age. And they were just here in Marshfield, Missouri tonight at the Magic 4th for the Marshfield Assembly of God. They had 2 years in a row they've been here. Olin Witt is the drummer. I've known Olin probably about 10 years, maybe, I think. Met him at the National Quartet Convention many years ago. Kent and I have the longest history. We've known each other. We talked about it earlier. We've known each other for about 31 years now.
Yeah.
So first met him he was after DMB Band. He was with Mid-South Boys. And then Alan O'Neill's dad, known him for a long time before I ever met Alan.
Yeah.
His name's Ed O'Neill, and many of you know him as the dean of Ed O'Neill University. The Dixon Military.
We are all graduates.
We at least attended a lot of classes.
we got the T-shirt to prove
That's
that.
right. That's right.
So tell me a little more about the history and how you guys formed up and decided to become Jackson Heights.
Honestly, it was. You remember the year was 2014.
I
I think it was 2014.
We all got a call individually from McCray Dove.
Okay.
He was like, "Man, would you guys be interested in just one night get back together for a show?" And I think everybody said, "Well, if you get everybody else to agree, yes."
If you'll do it, I'll do it.
Yeah. And we'd have thought that'll probably never happen, But sure enough, he got a hold of everybody, and everybody said yes. And we had so much fun. And it kind of was like riding a bike. We just kind of jumped back on that bike and took off, and it felt like no time had passed, but it had been over 25 years since we played together.
So McCray Dove was with the Dove Brothers, but before that he was with the Dixon Military.
He sang, when I left the Dixies, he came, so he took my place.
Craig Dove took Kent's place in the Dixon Military Boys, and he's the one that got one of these guys to do their first reunion show for, I guess it would be their homecoming.
It was just a one-night thing, right? He just wanted to put together, and we did it. And that night, Ed was with us. He performed with us that night. But there wouldn't be a Jackson Heights if he hadn't made that call. We probably would have never gotten back together.
And many of you might remember the song, "Please Let Me Sing in the Choir" about Uncle Jesse. I believe Kent was the one that recorded that originally, aren't you?
Was, man, when I was 17 years old.
10 years old, and it's been a classic for the Dixon Military Boys. Of course, these guys don't really perform that one, but that's where it got to start kind of history. One of the first places I ever heard Kent sing was on that recording there.
Yep.
These guys are great. Tell me a little more about the road life.
What about it, though?
Well, road life is just that. It's road life. It's fun. It can be tiring. It can be challenging.
It would be really nice if we had somebody tear down all that lighting and sound equipment.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That would be a pretty nice road life.
We're hoping we talk long enough that we go out and be
That's
dancing.
right. The young guys do that.
They're sitting there waiting for us to come back out.
Eric, one unique thing about our band. A couple of things. People ask us, where did the name come from? It's such a unique name. Where did that come from? So, when we were all together back in the 80s, myself, Alan, and Kent all lived in a little community called Jackson Heights, just outside of Kinston, North Carolina. So, when we were kind of searching for a name, we thought, man, this is great. It kind of ties our history and stuff. But when we did that first reunion concert, the one thing that we realized very quickly is that we were more than former bandmates. That it's truly a brotherhood. And we just picked those relationships right up where they left off. And that's just real unique and real special to all of us.
Just so you'll know, if you go to YouTube channel, we have a YouTube channel, Jackson Heights Music. And look for our icon, look for our JH
just like on your
logo,
hat.
just like on the hat, and that's it. But the thing of it is there was a Jackson Heights from out in London, and when it's funny, if you go look Jackson Heights in the 70s, there was a rock and roll band. So don't think that's us, because it's a pretty rough looking crowd. So look for Jackson Heights with the round logo with the JH in it, and that'll get you to our YouTube channel. There's a whole concert on there, a bunch of video clips, and show you what we're doing today.
Now there's 3 other guys not on the bus right now. They're tearing down here in Marshfield. Tell us who those guys are, guys.
Well, our guitar player Jeremy Edwards, he's fantastic. He's quite a player. And Danny Samples, they're both newer to the band. And then Frank Sutton, obviously was one of the original guys that plays bass and sings the high part. And as you saw tonight in the show, he has split personalities.
Yeah. Does a pretty good Merle Haggard. No, it was George Jones.
Yeah.
No, it was Willie.
He does a good job. We like to rag Frank, but yeah, we got a great group of guys, and Ken, our audio guy, we couldn't do without. It's just
He's
everybody
amazing.
on the team.
He's actually deaf, and he does it. No, I'm just kidding.
He mixes my braille.
Yeah, he mixes my braille, but it works out real well.
The guy they're talking about is right there. That's the sound man. He does an awesome job sounding lights, and he does an awesome job. These guys are in your area. Go see Jackson Heights. You're not going to be disappointed by them. What's the most interesting road story you've got
We can't tell it.
Man.
that you can tell?
Well, I will tell you this. Probably for me, with this band, we were at PTL back in the day, and our bus in front of the main auditorium was a big hill. We were backing down, load our product, heading Pennsylvania for a show. My wife was with me. We were in our car at the top of the hill. All of a sudden, I heard this big psh of air, and the bus just took off down the hill.
Backwards. Probably a good 100 yards.
Next
or
thing
so.
I saw was Ed. The door opened and Ed rolls out the door, jumps out the door and just rolls. And then everybody, it kind of went up against the curb. The back of the bus was hanging over a mountain. Everybody was panicking. The driver, he was just.
I calmly said, "Where's he?" I was going, "Where's that? Where's that?"
As I recall it, it was, "Oh my God, Ed's dead, y'all! Ed's dead!"
And then, of course, is Alan's dad again, Ed O'Neill. He was the bass singer. They had the 4-part harmony back then. They went to the more trio type Christian country sound.
But listen, you never know what a day on the road will bring. It's always an adventure.
Every day.
Every day.
So where you guys go next?
Well, we're going home this time.
Okay.
Yeah, the holiday weekend is tough to work a lot of shows, so we'll go back to Nashville. We go back out in August. And, we got a lot of shows between now and the end of the year, so.
That's awesome. So where can they check out your dates and know where you're going to be?
Yeah, you can go to JacksonHeightsMusic.com. You can also go over to our Facebook page and link back to that. You can go there and find out where we're going to be the rest of the year. If we're in your area, we'd love to have you come out, man. We have a good time.
Most everything is listed Jackson Heights Music. Because of those thugs over in London.
That's Jackson Heights Music on Facebook. Jackson Heights
Where are you going to be next month? You
Well-
travel more than we do.
Well, next month I hope to still be home. My wife's got to go to Virginia at the end of August. I got to be in Connecticut in September.
You like how I flipped this interview around?
Yeah, he trying to flip it on me here. That's okay. Now he has an interesting allergy he was talking to us about earlier. They call their one guitar player Danny Catman Samples. You know, tell him about your.
I'm allergic to cats and dogs, have been for a long time, and today they were saying, well, you need to get you one of those hairless cats. And I'm like, no, that thing looks like a demon. Yeah. I was telling him I went to a buddy's house in Ohio, a good friend, and he said, come over and have some coffee with me. I said, all right, we're chatting and talking. He didn't tell me he had one of them things, and that thing stuck his head up from behind the couch. So I thought we were close to the pits. It was ugly. It was ugly. It looked kind of like, well, I'm not going to say.
Like a girl you dated.
Trying to cast the cat out of the
Oh,
house.
exactly. So I don't want anything to do with it.
An interesting portion of the program, which I videoed tonight, and hopefully get to download earlier or download later. They do a little acoustic set, and some of the influences they've had over the years. Tell us a little bit about some of that stuff and how that came to be in your part of your program.
Well, you know, people always ask us how we come up with our sound from a 4-part harmony of a quartet into what we were doing. And, you know, there was a lot of people that would come to our concerts when we were doing the Southern Gospel thing, but they'd go right to the car and crank it, and it would be George Jones or Conway Twitty or Alabama or whoever. So we started thinking, man, if we could put some positive lyrics with some good country type music, people would like it. And they did. No, I'm just kidding. It went really well, so it was a good fit. So that, and our acoustic set, I'm a little older than these guys. Actually, I'm a lot older than these guys. So I remember the Monkees from the '60s, you know, and then the '70s and '80s we started listening to Alabama, you know, and with the Gatlins and people like that. So we could hear the sound that we wanted with the harmony and that kind of thing, and that's how we just structured our sound. So the acoustic set, we play a lot of their music. We do an Eagles tune, we do an Alabama tune, you know, to let them kind of hear where our harmonies came from.
So,
We're just better than those guys.
we're joined by Frank Sutton now. Frank's a bass player, tenor singer.
Frank also does a very good Richard Sturman.
Oh yeah, we love Richard. We love Alan. We love Rick, Joe, and we love Bill. Is it Bill or William? We love all the boys.
We sure was.
They're our heroes. And don't forget to watch the Weather Channel.
Oh man.
We
Guys,
enjoyed being here, man.
we enjoyed having you, and thanks for this interview, guys.
Well,
It's
I'm
been a
glad we
pleasure.
could be
Good to
the
see ya.
guinea pigs.
And me and Kit's known each other for 31 years, which is hard to say, so we're both just 29 years old.
I know it
We don't
is.
know
Math
how that
doesn't
how
add
that
up.
happened.
No.
I see a lot of scalp for 29 years old.
Well, with either turns loose or turns gray, and mine's doing both, so. But anyway, I appreciate it, Alan.
Thank you for having me.
Ken,
Thanks, Eric.
Thank you, Eric.
Olin, always good to see you guys.
Yes,
Frank.
sir. Good to see you.
And hopefully we'll do it again next year.
I look forward to it, man.
Serious. But go and see Jackson Heights in their area. Check out their music, Jackson Heights Music, on Facebook, jacksonheightsmusic.com
Yep.
as well. And they've got music on the radio, or have had singles.
Yep. Got several singles we've had out. You can also get our music, listen to it on Spotify. We're on all the platforms.
Any streaming.
Streaming.
So, guys, it's been great. Thanks so much.
Thank you.